Hi, it's John, and welcome to the channel. 5:10 a.m. Friday, October the 31st. Happy Halloween. Hope you're having a great Halloween. Sorry, I'm not dressed up too early in the morning for that. But I'm looking forward to Halloween tonight. My mother-in-law will be here for dinner. She's handing out little bracelets she makes for Halloween to the kids as we hand out candy as well. I do like Halloween very much. And by the way, if you hear any noise in the background, I'm doing laundry this morning. I apologize for that. I tip my big blue mug of coffee to you. Thanks for being here today. So I woke up this morning and I put two things together I don't think anybody else has done as of yet. It's two different people with different tactics, but both of the tactics are in a race to get to rock bottom. And when I woke up this morning, I was thinking about November the 4th. And you know, if you live in Canada, November 4th is a big day here in Canada because November 4th is the day that Mark Carney rolls out with his big budget. And people are wondering whether this will trigger an election, a vote of non-confidence in the government, and this will trigger an election. So this is coming up on November 4th, but there's something else coming up on November 4th as well that's going to be very interesting to see what happens. You're going to be watching two things, two train wrecks happening at the same time on November 4th. It's amazing how these things work out. What's the other thing? Okay, so coming up on November 4th, the Board of Elections in the city of New York, there is an election. This is the day that New York is likely to elect Zohran Mamdani as their new mayor. And these things, although they may seem very far apart, I'm going to connect together here in just a moment with a conclusion. This is not a long video, trust me. I'm going to keep this one short. But these things are happening at the same time. You can't write this stuff. So over here we got Mark Carney. Okay, so he's writing the book on how to bring Canada down to its knees. And then you got this guy right here. This is Zohran Mamdani, both dressed up in their nice suits, looking oh so respectable, but they're leading their respective places to the same place. I'll get to that in just a moment. So who is Zohran Mamdani? You know who Mark Carney is. He's an eco-zealot net zero kook. This guy is an Islamist communist, and I'm not making this up. He is an Islamist communist. And what does Zohran Mamdani believe in? Well, they're different things than what Mark Carney believes in, but in a way they are connected. So let's find out a little bit about Zohran Mamdani. Here he is on NBC.
Here's how the Washington Post editorial board wrote about your proposals. They say a massive minimum wage would depress low-skilled employment. His rent freeze would reduce the housing supply and decrease its quality. Cutting bus fares would leave a transit funding hole that, unless somehow filled, would erode service. Meanwhile, the grocery business operates on thin margins, and his plan for city-run stores would probably lead to fewer options, poor service, and shortages. Mr. Mamdani, are your proposals going to hurt the very people you're trying to help?
Not at all. There have been many in editorial board who have had concerns, and what we've shown is that more than 400,000 New Yorkers are excited about this vision. And the reason they're excited about it is one that is in line with the scale of the crisis in this city. I mean, we are talking about our tax base growing smaller and smaller each day, with New Yorkers leaving to New Jersey, to Pennsylvania, to Connecticut. If we do not meet this moment, we will lose this city.
So let's run through those things again. Now, this is Zohran Mamdani, likely to be the next New York mayor. And I'm going to come to a conclusion, a really interesting conclusion in just a moment. So what does he want? He wants a rent freeze, free buses. He says they're going to run on time as well. City-owned grocery stores, universal health care is another one, $30 minimum wage, and higher taxes. Now, his tactics are different from Mark Carney, the things that he's promising, but the strategy is all the same. He promises a lot of free stuff, and then he blames somebody for the problem. And who does he blame for the problem? Well, it's the old socialist thing. They always run to the same thing. They blame the billionaires because socialists run on the politics of envy. The reason why you're not doing as well is because somebody's making a lot of money. So they blame billionaires. And Mamdani doesn't think billionaires deserve to exist. He said that. I mean, Bernie Sanders was against billionaires at one time. He used to say, it's the millionaires and the billionaires that are causing you the problem, until he became a millionaire. And that wasn't a problem anymore. The Democrats paid him off so that Hillary Clinton could run for president, right? That's how it works. These people get rich. Mamdani will make a lot of money off this while making the people who live in New York City poorer because you can't give people free stuff. Somebody has to pay for it. And all those billionaires, they'll just move away. But what is he doing? He's blaming the billionaires. What does Mark Carney do? Well, is it all the same stuff? No, but says he's going to have more he's going to have more investing, but it's actually spending. And there's going to be a lot of it in this upcoming budget on November the 4th. He's giving you more government, a lot more government, major projects office, government housing office, military spending office, which is called the Defense Investment Agency, a national school food program. And there's going to be more of this. He's going to cut a few jobs from the public service, but he's creating more government in the background. So you're going to get more of that. He's keeping our resources in the ground. Bill C-69, C-48. He's got the industrial carbon tax, a clean fuel regulation. He believes in net zero. You're going to get green energy to death, I believe, on November 4th. And he's going to promise some free stuff as well. Because there are people out there who are hurting right now. And people like this woman right here, God love her, I don't blame her. Every day is so stressful. Canadians struggling with affordability, hoping for some help in the upcoming budget. This woman's finding it hard to live in Toronto right now. So he's going to throw these people some bones. And they're likely going to bite on it because he can bribe people with their own money. And it's the same thing that Mamdani's doing. Rent freeze, free buses, all this stuff. It's the same type of tactic, although they're different things. But who does Mark Carney blame for everything? With Mamdani, it's the billionaires. With Mark Carney, it's going to be Donald Trump. But what's happening with both of these things? What has to happen in New York City and Canada for things to actually get better? You have to hit rock bottom. And New York City's on its way to the bottom and Canada's following right behind. Now the question is here in Canada, are you going to do that with a minority Liberal government if the NDP support this budget on November 4th? Or are you going to do it with a majority Liberal government and it takes 5 years for everybody finally to get to rock bottom and have to live with it for a while? I think you can hit rock bottom in Canada with a minority government. So hopefully that happens because folks, Pierre Poilievre is out there right now and he is out campaigning again. I mean, this is just from yesterday. This is a campaign stump speech right here.
I want to thank all of you for being here, all these young people. We know that you all must be young because you're here listening to a speech about economics from a middle-aged or an aging politician rather than spending your evening trying to get approved for a $900,000 mortgage on a 400 square foot apartment. Maybe you're here today for the free snacks. Do we have some free snacks? Yeah. I don't blame you. I mean, we're in a time when a good meal is considered to be a juice box and a granola bar after Liberals doubled the cost of food and doubled in fact, what they did is they doubled the debt that you're going to have to inherit as the youth.
Poilievre is in full campaign mode here. You know, I think I got an email, it was either yesterday or the day before yesterday. The Conservatives sent me an email asking for money. They're always asking for money, but in this email, they said they think an election is coming. Poilievre's here standing in front of young people because he knows the Liberals need young people. Young people are suffering in this country. If the Liberals throw young people a bone in this budget, I don't know, a break on their repaying of college or university loans or something like that, you have to know that the Liberals think an election is coming up. And Poilievre better watch out. He better watch out what he wishes for. Because if he gets it, he could be terribly disappointed before Christmas. If he loses the next election, he's gone by the end of January when his leadership review comes up. And I think this stump speech is sounding a little bit stale. I'll put a link in the description. You can watch the whole thing. He needs to change his tactics just a little bit. But we haven't hit rock bottom yet. And we just need a little bit more time in this country. And that's what Pierre Poilievre needs as well. Even if we have to deal with the Liberals for a little bit more. Poilievre better be hoping those 7 NDP MPs vote in favor of this budget, or there will be an election before Christmas and he'll be gone before the end of January. So just like Zohran Mamdani in New York City, they have to hit rock bottom before they can turn things around. So goes Canada as well. Tell me what you think in the comments. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell for notifications. Kids, be careful out tonight when you're trick-or-treating. All right? Make sure you got a good trick if somebody doesn't give you any candy. All right? Don't eat too much candy. And I'll see you in the next one.